Well, joining me now is National Senator Matt Canavan. Matt Canavan, interesting times with the coalition. Colin announced on Sky News with my colleague Kieran Gilbert during the week that he'll move a spill tomorrow. What do you think will happen with that?
Look, I don't think the spill will get up. I'm very proud of what the Nationals Party has done for the Australian people in the last few weeks. We've stood by our principles and our values and stood up for free speech in this country. Now, that's come at some cost to ourselves, and I can understand some people being concerned. I think Colin is genuine in wanting to see the coalition get back together. But the whole team of the Nationals Party worked very hard in the last sitting week to get through the detail of a very significant bill that shouldn't have been rushed through the Parliament in less than a week. And I'm very proud of that. So David's the leader of that team, and I'm pretty sure he'll have the confidence of the room tomorrow.
Will Colin get a seconder?
I don't know, Andrew.
Some might take the view that this is an opportunity for you, that you could use this spill motion as a grenade for you to run against David Littleproud. You said just then and earlier to me during the week that wouldn't happen. You don't think there's any chance you or anyone else would be interested in running for leader tomorrow?
Well, I can only speak for myself, Andrew, but I don't care about all this stuff. I think our country's going down the gurgler. People's living standards are falling like we've never seen before. Our country has effectively an open border almost now, with way too many people coming in. I mean, we just heard about the hospital funding, and we have to spend this money now. But since COVID, we've had an increase in our population of 6%, but hospital beds have only gone up by 3%. And that's why you can't get basic surgery done at our hospitals anymore like you used to be able to. So those are the things that I am focused on. I always have been focused on that. Indeed, when I did challenge Matt, for the leadership...
Yeah, I was about to ask. I mean, why don't you want to run for leader? Yeah. You did so immediately after the election, so why not run now?
I don't know. Maybe I'm a different kind of species, Andrew, but I'm in this to get results. And so when I...
Don't you get results as a party leader? Don't you get results as a party leader?
When I ran for leader last year, I did so to put this ridiculous obsession with net zero emissions on the national agenda. And I think I did a pretty good job of that. And now we've finally, we have backed our principles and values as a small government, a pro-growth, pro-prosperity party, and are dumping this handbrake on the Australian economy. I mean, we have some of the highest energy prices in the world now. Why? We've got all these resources. Let's use them. So that's what I'm focused on. So this week, when we come back to Parliament, I'll be introducing a couple of bills to help progress this. I'll be introducing a bill that gives effect to our net zero policy and make sure that we use all types of energy. We don't just have an obsession with one type of energy, which is blowing out the budget as well as pushing up power prices for people. And I'll be reintroducing a bill I had in the last Parliament to remove the ridiculous prohibition on nuclear energy. And so I go to Canberra to take action. I've got 5 beautiful kids. I've got a beautiful wife. I'd prefer to be staying home this week, but I'm going down to try and improve things for the Australian people. And I really don't care what position in the zoo I am. It doesn't bother me because, as I say, I'd probably be doing other things if I had my druthers or my preferences, but I'm trying to do my best for the Australian people.
Are you personally happy with the coalition apart at the moment? Can you live with that?
No, I'm not. Look, I can live with anything. As I said, I can live with 5 kids. I can live with anything. And we'll get by. We'll get by. Whatever happens, I'm very confident in the success, longevity and resilience of the Nationals Party. But I would like to see the coalition come back together. I am still scratching my head about why we had to split. We did have a difference of opinion on this particular issue, but we've had differences in the past. We're going to have differences in the future. I don't think we have to split every time we have such a difference. Going forward, we're very much in unison with our Liberal brothers and sisters on things like ending net zero and getting power prices down for people, ending this ridiculous nuclear power ban, having a more sensible migration policy, which we were on the cusp of announcing, but the tragic events over summer have delayed that. So we will continue to work together, I'm sure, with other people in the Parliament. I think it would be best to do so in a coalition It's a bit above my pay grade, though, at the moment, Andrew.
Well, in the past, everyone from John Anderson to Barnaby Joyce has managed to keep the coalition together. Is David Littleproud unable to do that?
No, as I said, I'm very proud of our team and the approach we took to the bill last week and how we voted. Look, as I must make the point that I myself, by voting against the bill, did not suffer any personal impact as a backbencher, but I've got a particular pride in my Senate colleagues, Ross Goodell, Bridget McKenzie, Susan McDonald, who all stood by their principles. And I think that's the sort of action the Australian people are crying out for right now. They'd love to see the political class actually put the people's interests ahead of their own. That's exactly what the Nationals Party did last week, or a week and a bit ago now, and I'm very proud of that. So I'm proud of what David did as leader to bring us to that result. Now, I think it is unfortunate that those ministers were sacked for simply voting in accordance with a National Party position. I think it's unfortunate we didn't have a joint party room meeting, which was the first time that ever happened in a sitting week in my career. But that's done. It's done, and there's no point crying over spilt milk. I'd just like to see it get back together.
People reckon you're running the show, that Littleproud does what you want when he comes back to the party room and you have a view. Is that fair?
Look, I don't think it is fair. Sometimes I'm caught betwixt and between, because sometimes I think, oh yeah, I should take the compliment. Hey, that's fantastic. How influential am I? But I just don't think it's true. I don't think that's true at all. And I try and have an influence. As I said, all I did was read the bill. I read the bill and I asked, I think, legitimate questions, and perhaps that changed the debate. But as I say, I've got great pride in our whole party room, how we approach this issue. There's all of those people are fiercely independent with their views. They come to their own positions on these things. Hopefully my input can help. But
do you believe the coalition has more chance of getting together if there's a different Liberal leader?
No, I don't think that's the issue. I've worked with Susan very strongly in the past, and I think she's done a good job over the past year. Very difficult job. It's very, very tough being opposition leader. I don't resolve from that. But there's just one problem here, Andrew. It's just one issue, and that is that, of course, if we're going to be in a coalition with the Liberal Party, we have to have the right to put forward who we'd like to serve in the shadow ministry. And as a result of the vote last week and the fallout from that, Susan Lee said no, the three who voted in accordance with the National Party position in the Senate can't be in the shadow ministry. So
briefly, you can make up with Susan.
I just didn't quite get the question, sorry. What was that?
Briefly, you can make up with Susan and get the coalition back together.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't put it as make-up. On my own sector, I've got nothing against Susan. I mean, she made a decision I didn't agree with. I don't think she should have sacked those people. But I don't hold grudges in life. And as I say, we can disagree and still be friends. We don't have to characterise it in dramatic terms. And we're there to do a job. So we're there to do a job. I don't have to be friends with it. I don't go to Canberra to make friends. I don't. I got
well, Matt Canavan, that's something
and I can work with people.
You and I have in common. I don't go to Canberra to make friends either. Thanks so much for your time.